Hey, what is up guys? Jay here from MJ Tech. Today coming with another e-bike. This one is called the Tesway S7. It comes in three different colors. I got the cherry red, it comes in matte black, and also what they call light white. And I gotta say, this is a very interesting e-bike in the sense that it is designed more for cargo purposes. Now, I just got the bike itself, the accessories. You can purchase them directly from the website, in which you guys are gonna see down below. This one in particular, guys, it has a 26 by 4-inch tires, 750 watt motor. It has a 48 volt, 20 amp hour battery, which can give you a range between 55 miles and 70 miles. Now, I like to ride these e-bikes regardless of what kind they are. I like to go at the maximum speed all the time. So with me, they typically do about 35-40 miles in total range. It varies. Of course, I am 214 pounds. The maximum weight that this particular bike can hold is up to 330 pounds. So as I said, this is a cruiser style bike with the 26-inch by 4-inch tires, and we do get front headlights, rear tail lights as well, and it does have a front suspension, which is super cool. This one is hydraulic suspension. You can lock it, but so far everything inside of the box looks to be quite good. The box did come damaged here on the side, but it doesn't seem that it did interfere with anything in here. This one in price right now, it used to be I think about $1,600, and it has gone down to $1,200 with free shipping, guys. I got this fairly quickly via FedEx here in the USA. So without further ado, let's jump right into it and get this beauty assembled. So here we have what appears to be a 54.6 volt 3 amp charger that should be able to charge it between 4 and 6 hours approximately. It is quite rugged. It feels nice and heavy. I like that. I've seen chargers where they don't weigh pretty much anything. This one is not the case. And inside here we get the manuals. Keep in mind that sometimes with these manuals we get the P settings for other things that we can do and modify on these bikes, which is quite neat. So we get here the stem, we get also here the light, and we get the quick release for the front tire, some tools, and check this out, we do get the pedals as well. And with this bike, I only see one key unless the other key is on the actual ignition itself, but I see just one key so far, and that's pretty much it. Alright, now we have to inflate the tires. According to the manuals, it says 20 psi. You have about 8 here. Perfect. To remove the battery, you have to take out the seat. By the way, we talked about seat suspension. This one doesn't have a suspension. And second, it doesn't fold to make it a little bit easier to remove the battery. So Tesway, if you're looking at this, make sure you add a seat that folds forward. That way you don't have to remove the whole entire thing just to get out the battery. And boom, we are now charging. Alrighty guys, so this is what we have as for the controllers. To the very left, we have the on and off switch for the headlight. Keep in mind that in order to turn on the night light, you have to press on the button here that is located on this little dial pad, which has the plus and the minus. You have to click it here towards the bottom right, and then the upper right, that's for information. We're going to be using that to select certain menus and whatnot. So yes, that's your headlight, and then we have the horn. Keep in mind that this is your power switch, the plus and minus. Then we get the info and the night light button here on the side. We have your main display. By the way, this is, I believe, a 3.5 inch, and it is an LCD display. You have your Shimano gear selector here, and then your throttle towards the very right, which is right here guys, and that's pretty much it. But then if you click on the information side here, which is the eye on the upper right corner of this dial, then that changes to the trip mode. You have the odometer, so we have about 1 mile on here. You have your max speed and then your average speed. To change the pedal assist mode, you click on the plus to go up and then minus to go down. That's pretty much self-explanatory. On the upper left hand side corner, you get your battery indicator. To go into the P settings, you press and hold the plus and minus for about 2-3 seconds, and then you're going to see here the P settings. And here's something that I already noticed about this e-bike. Let's put it on pedal assist 5. If I lift the rear tire and hit on the throttle, look how fast it's claiming that it can go. That's about 35 miles an hour. Of course, with weight, that will change. So I think that with this e-bike, we will be able to do at least 28 miles an hour or more, which I'm looking forward to. This bike is really special in the way that it was designed. If you guys look here on the front side, it kind of resembles a swan. You're gonna do, as always, a hill test, off-roading. You're gonna do the speed test and also the braking power, guys. So let's get to it and see how this baby truly performs. Well guys, we have this thing already powered on, as you can tell. The brightness on the display, it is currently 9:45 in the morning, and well, the sun is not really hitting that hard, and I have this at the maximum brightness, and it is not like super bright, especially if you have sunglasses on, but it is viewable enough. I mean, I can see the speedometer, I can see all that, and we already did a speedometer check, making sure that it was properly calibrated, and for our luck, it is properly calibrated. We know that GPS is typically a little off, but right here we are between 8 and 9 miles, which is exactly what we have on the speedometer, guys. So yes, pedal assist 2 takes you to 14 miles, pedal assist 1 takes you to 8. Let's see what 3 has to offer. This is pedal assist number 3. This will go I'm assuming like 18 miles an hour, which is what we can expect. All right, so this is pedal assist number 4, and here we are doing about 22-23 miles an hour. On assist number 5, and see if I can truly get that 32 miles an hour. I believe we can, guys. I believe we can. I have high hopes. So here we're doing 27. Let's see, 28. I don't know. So 28, 29, 29, hopefully 30. There we go. We just hit the 30 mark. Right there, we hit it again. Woo. Yep. We got it to 30 miles an hour, guys. And there's no way I was pedaling that fast. You do have to crank your pedals a little bit faster. But that was actually quite fun. But yeah, that seems to be the maximum speed, at least for me. Maybe if you're a little thinner, you can probably do the 32 as advertised. Now here's something that I love about the Tesway S7 is the fact that we can actually do off-roading even from the get-go. And other bikes, we have seen it before, the other bikes do struggle. And well, a lot of it has to do because we have a 750 watt motor, which is powerful enough to handle this kind of terrain. Second, we have the 4-inch wide tires. That also helps with you know, with the tires just being able to roll better on this kind of terrain as well. And with the combination of the battery, the motor, and the tires, we are able, guys, to do off-roading. Right here, I'm not even pedaling, I'm not moving at all. I'm letting the motor do all the work. And again, this is not recommended, but it is just to prove that this e-bike has the potential of off-roading just fine. Now keep in mind that on the rear we don't have suspension, it's just on the front. By the way, the suspension feels awesome on the front. I like these forks, they seem of very good quality. But mainly I wanted to show you guys how it does here off-roading, and it is excellent. I'm pretty sure you can even go on the sand with this e-bike and it'll be just fine. All right, guys, so right here we have our steepest hill in this particular park that I like to come and test the bikes quite often. And so what I'm going to do is just start from the get-go. I'm not going to pedal, and I'm not and I'm going to have it, I'm sorry, on pedal assist number 5, just giving it full throttle and see if it's able to climb this hill. This is about a 15-degree incline, and so right now we are not pedaling whatsoever. We are at full throttle, and this is quite impressive, guys. It keeps increasing the speed even going uphill without already having that momentum. This was just from the get-go. It did it just fine, which is amazing, guys. So here we have a little bit of gravel. Of course, it's able to handle the gravel just fine. And to kind of test the braking power, I'm going to go downhill, and the brakes do squeak a little, but they almost feel like hydraulic brakes. Even though we have mechanical brakes, they almost feel like hydraulics, which is quite impressive. I mean, that's the next thing we're going to do here is the stopping power. We're going to let it go to, let's see, maybe, I don't know, 20 miles an hour, and then see how it stops. So we're going to do it from right here, and I started exactly where the palm trees are, and I don't know if you guys can kind of capture the distance with the camera, but that's about, I don't know, maybe like 20 feet or so. And that's how much it took to come to a complete stop, going about 21 miles an hour, which again, it is not bad at all, guys. Now, the only little glitch that they made with this bike, or design flaw, which is not a big deal, is that in order to get your tail light on, like the night light on, you had to press this button here, and that'll activate the rear tail light so that it always remains on. And then you had to separately click on this button, which is the headlight button. If you click on the side button only, it doesn't turn on the headlight, so they're kind of like separate. I wish it only had one button. As per the battery, it seems to be doing just fine. And before I started this video, which right now I have added 4 miles, I can see that here on the speedometer. So yeah, it has been, yes, 5 miles. And when I initially did the first 20 miles, I depleted the battery out of the, it has 5 bars, I depleted 2 bars. Now every time I turned it off after those 20 miles, 1 bar kept coming up. So technically I lost 1 bar, but I'm gonna say 2 bars, each bar representing about 20%. So I lost 40% or 35-ish percentage just using it with full throttle, speed number, pedal assist number 5, and I lost 2 bars doing about 20 miles. So you can use that as a reference. I would say, guys, that out of the 70 miles that is rated to do, I will count more with like 50. That's at pedal assist number 5 with my weight, 214 pounds. It sounds about right. Now I want to see how long it takes for it to lock the cruise control. So basically you put it at the desired pedal assist mode, and then you hold the throttle steady for a few seconds until you see the little cruise control icon coming on the display, which it just did, and now you let it go. And that took just a few seconds, really. If you don't feel safe having a cruise control, turn it off from the P settings. You can do that. This Tesway S7 is the type of e-bike that I would trust for any long-range travel, something important, something that really matters. This is the e-bike that I would take, guys. It is just phenomenal. I mean, like I said, everything feels nice and premium, with the exception of the brakes. I wish that at this price point they could have added maybe hydraulic brakes, but these mechanical brakes, I think that because of the pads and that we have 180 millimeter rotors instead of the 160, I think that helps it a little bit better with the heating of the pads. You know that when pads heat up, they lose a little bit of friction. But yes, the stopping power on this e-bike is fine. I just wish that it had hydraulic brakes. That would have made it absolutely phenomenal. A cool feature here, guys, is that we can also adjust this stem to make it a little bit higher towards you or a little bit lower, whatever your preference is. You can always adjust it right here.
Much later.
I think we have it all squared away with the unboxing, assembly, and review here of the Tesway S7. It is a truly complete bike. The only minor things that I had to complain about, which are not a deal breaker, by the way, is the fact that we don't have any rear suspension. Maybe a seat post with suspension will fix that. Second, we don't have hydraulic brakes, and this bike is not foldable in any single way. Just keep that in mind. Besides that, I think this bike is perfect for anybody in the cargo category type of thing. If you guys like to go camping, off-roading, and you want cargo on here, this is the e-bike for you guys. The Shimano system works absolutely fabulous back here, well calibrated out of the box. And keep in mind that on the front we do have the adjustable suspension as well. We get a full lighting system on the front and also on the rear. And overall, guys, I gotta give this e-bike an 8.5 out of a 10. And again, the complaints are what I already mentioned. Pretty neat little e-bike. Let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you on my next one.